Try to put it high up, otherwise anytime I go
No, I
down
cannot.
the ship.
I cannot because the MCs are sitting there and the GIS camera over there and they say I will obstruct them. So no, I can't.
You're facing so? Okay, but if I cut off from there, I really know what I can do.
Listen, it's not to the this side. Trying to do what's best for me and my video.
Same for me, too.
So, yeah.
This is that whole area condemned now, you know.
They can hear everything that you're saying. They can hear everything you're saying.
I said, if I try to put that whole area is now condemned. So I mean, or should I take it a long shot? So you can't fit in like there and
No. We've been standing there for the longest, haven't we?
Please stand for the arrival of His Excellency Charles Sovereign, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Sovereign.
Standing for the national anthem from the People's Republic of China.
At this time, we would like to welcome Monsignor Eustace Thomas to welcome us in prayer.
Thank you. You may be seated. People of God and friends of our nation, Let us reflect and pray. I am grateful and honored that I was invited by the executive and members of the Dominica-China Friendship Association to join them and lead them in prayer on the occasion of this launching ceremony of the Dominica-China Friendship Association, which is a wonderful gesture of love, gratitude, and mutual trust. I am horribly disturbed that some citizens of our country, albeit intelligent, are becoming enemies of our beloved nation, and are encouraging others to be involved in the practice of destabilization, even to the point of being destructively critical of today's ceremony, which is in fact an act of love. Therefore, it was revealed to me to ask my people to be more patriotic, particularly during this hurricane season, and spend more time praying for peace and deliverance while trying to be more productive through hard work, whereby we will showcase and promote our country. In the second letter of St. Paul to the people of Thessalonica, chapter 3, verses 6 to 13, Paul's exhortation states, and I quote, "In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, we commend and command you, brothers and sisters, to keep away from every brother who is idle and does not live according to the teaching you received from us. For yourselves know how you ought to follow our example. We were not idle when we were with you, nor did we eat anyone's food without paying for it. On the contrary, we worked night and day, laboring and toiling so that we would not be a burden to any of you. We did this not because we do not have the right for such help, but in order to make ourselves a model for you to follow. For even when we were with you, we gave you this rule, and I quote, if a man will work, he shall not. If a man will not work, he shall not eat. We hear that some people are idle among you. They're not busy. They are busybodies. Such people we commend and command and urge in the Lord Jesus Christ to settle down and earn the bread they eat. And ask for you, my brothers and sisters, never tire of doing what is right. If anyone does not obey our instruction in this letter, take special note of him. Do not associate with him in order that he may feel ashamed. Yet do not regard him as an enemy, but warn him as a brother. And as a result of what is about to take place this evening, I hasten to remind ourselves of the beauty of love, which generates friendship, as opposed to hate, distrust, jealousy, violence, and destabilization. And this is what the Lord says in the Gospel of St. John, chapter 15, verses 15 to 17. I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I'll call you friends. For everything that I learned from my Father, I've made known to you. You did not choose me. No. And I appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last, and so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you. This is my command. Love each other. And this is the reason for our presence here as an affable and grateful people, determined to allow this Dominica-China Friendship Association to grow and bear fruit that will last. At this juncture, I invite you to stand and pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, despite our infidelity and indignity, you came into this world and befriended us through your Son, Jesus Christ, who taught us to love, forgive, and be reconciled. Since the One China policy has been embraced by this dispensation, we have derived many benefits. And so we are privileged and happy that some committed individuals have accepted to strengthen the bonds of our relationships through the establishment of this Dominica-China Friendship Non-Profit Association. So Lord, we beg you, please, bless all those who are instrumental in initiating and bringing to fruition the significance of this association. And may they be faithful to do their utmost to further strengthen and promote friendship, cooperation, and collaboration between the Commonwealth of Dominica and the People's Republic of China. May what they're about to do be executed with pride and justice by placing their own personal needs into oblivion, bearing in mind that all should be done for God's glory, the well-being of society, and to facilitate guidance of government-to-government relations. Lord, bless our country. Protect us from disasters during this hurricane season. Teach us to be less vindictive and more eager in promoting and protecting our land. And please, for the sake of harmony and the spirit of patriotism, convert us that we may always have reason to prevail and re-establish peace in our lives and through our nation. We ask this through Christ our Lord and Mary's Blessed Mother. Amen.
Thank you, Monsignor Thomas. His Excellency Charles Savran, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Savran, Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Skerritt, Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly, and Mrs. Isaac, Honorable Members of Cabinet and Parliament, Your Excellency Lin Xianjiang, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Dominica, Your Excellency Steve Farrell, President of the Dominica-China Friendship Association, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Ms. Karen Prevost, Secretary to the Cabinet, other permanent secretaries, Monsignor Eustace Thomas, other speakers and contributors, other distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, Dajia Hao, good night, good evening. Welcome to the launching ceremony of the Dominica-China Friendship Association. And to bring you the official welcome, I invite the President of the Dominica-China Friendship Association, Ambassador Steve Farrell, to bring you the official welcome.
Your Excellency, Charles Savran, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Savran, Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Skerritt, Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly, and Mrs. Isaac, Honorable Members of Cabinet and Parliament, Your Excellency Li Qianjiang, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Ms. Karen Prevost, Acting Secretary to the Cabinet, other permanent secretaries, and Senior Justice Thomas, other speakers and contributors, other distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is in the spirit of thanksgiving, gratitude, and friendship that I welcome you to this launching ceremony of the Dominica-China Friendship Association. This special day was long in coming, as discussions in forming the association began more than 5 years ago. The journey met a number of challenges, including those of the COVID-19 period. However, there were, as God would have it, edifying benefits hidden in the waiting, as we were able to learn from the experiences of associations in more than 150 countries worldwide. The main benefit of our research and studies on the objectives, potential programs, and draft constitution for the association was the realization that China has in fact been very good to Dominica. The other is that government has done incredible tasks in establishing and nurturing government-to-government relations, which has brought tremendous benefits to Dominica covering areas including infrastructure, education, agriculture, and social development. These continue to touch in one way or another each family and each household. These benefits we should never take for granted. No opposing views can refute this fact, as the evidence is all around for all to see and experience. We in the Dominica-China Friendship Association are therefore fortunate to be afforded the privilege of being able to solidify and build on the non-governmental aspects of the people-to-people relationships already present in the Dominica-China relations. Ladies and gentlemen, on April 22nd, 2022, the Dominica-China Friendship Association was incorporated under the Companies Act of Dominica as a non-profit organization by the founding members. I wish to at this time thank Mr. Cecil Joseph, Aaron Teet, Ms. Jackie Savvy, Ms. Edna Thomas, Ross Normore, the founding members who joined me in forming the steering committee that provided leadership during the preparatory stage. On August 18, 2022, at a special general meeting, the Dominica Friendship Association, the general membership elected and installed its first executive committee and adopted the constitution for the Dominica-China Friendship Association. The executive members elected to serve for the first team comprise the following: Steve Farrell, President; Cecil Joseph, First Vice President; Queen Thomas, Second Vice President; Jackie Zarvey, Secretary; Patricia Mills, Treasurer; Barry Keith, Public Relations Officer; Lisa Lavenier, Assistant Secretary, Treasurer; Gazaya Bino, Member; Winell Francis, Member; Emmanuel Esprit, Member; and Kenny Green, Member. This group reflects diverse talents and provides for continuity. The more experienced among us are expected to operationalize the workings of the association and prepare the younger members to take on leadership of the association as soon as possible. The main objectives of the association is stated in the Constitution as follows: to further strengthen and promote friendship, cooperation, and collaboration between peoples of the Commonwealth of Dominica and the People's Republic of China in selected areas of mutual understanding and interest, consistent with the principles that guide government-to-government relations. Closely linked to the objective of the association is a statement of principle enshrined in the Constitution, which states that the Dominica-China Friendship Association recognizes that friendship between the People's Republic, the peoples of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and the People's Republic of China must be based on the knowledge of and respect for sovereignty and the right to self-determination of its country. Therefore, we support the declaration of the government of the Commonwealth of Dominica in support of international law that there is only one China, the People's Republic of China, and the resolution of the status of Taiwan is an internal affair of the Chinese on both sides of the Taiwan Straits. The members of the association have therefore drawn from friends of China, including those who have lived, studied, visited, or have an interest in Dominica-China people-to-people relations, and who subscribe to the objective principle and constitution of the association. Among us today are a number of Chinese nationals living in Dominica. We extend an invitation to you to be part of the association. We know that our wide network will be of benefit to you. By way of programming, the main activities of the association will be undertaken in fulfillment of its objectives include development of programs, areas as culture, education, private sector development geared towards promoting the friendships. Be the focal point for non-governmental activities that promote the objective. Formalize affiliation with like associations and agencies in the People's Republic of China with like objectives and missions. In this regard, the Dominica-China Friendship Association is currently pursuing collaboration with the Chinese People's Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries the National People's Organization of the People's Republic of China engaged in people-to-people diplomacy. We also intend to receive selected non-government delegations from PRC visiting Dominica to advance dialogue for the promotion of this friendship, just to name a few. To the members of the association and future members, I offer a word of caution, which is a hidden prerequisite to successful membership, and that is, to be a friend of China, we need also to be first friends of each other, for we cannot give what we do not have. Having cautioned you, however, I must also say that I have experienced the camaraderie already present among us, and do hope that we can spend some time almost immediately nurturing and building on our own friendships and networks. Let us be motivated by a quote from Ralph Emerson, an American poet and popular philosopher, who stated, and I quote, "The only way to have a friend is to be a friend." Ladies and gentlemen, the Embassy of the People's Republic of China has been a proven partner on the way to the establishment of the association. We wish to say a heartfelt thank you to you, Ambassador Lin, and your staff for the support and counsel given in all areas of our perpetual work leading to the launching ceremony. This event coincides with the Chinese celebration of the Mid-Autumn Festival, an occasion dedicated to family. Let me wish you, Ambassador, and your family, the staff of the embassy and their families, and all Chinese nationals living in Dominica, a happy and enjoyable Mid-Autumn Festival. By this ceremony, we are all joining in your celebration. To all you joining us today, I say again, a hearty welcome to the launching ceremony of the Dominica-China Friendship Association. To us, a good friend is a blessing from God. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Farrell. At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Kivon Francis, a former student who lived in China, to give his experiences about living in China. Thank you.
Your Excellency Charles Sabre, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Sabre, Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Skerritt, Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Members of Cabinet and Parliament, Your Excellency Lin Shenjiang, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Dominica, Your Excellency Steve Farrell, President of the DCFA, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Ms. Karen Prevost, Acting Secretary to the Cabinet, other permanent secretaries, Monsignor Eustache Thomas, other speakers and contributors, other distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Kivon Francis, and today I am here to share with you a little bit about my experience living in China. Before I do that though, I'd like to take the opportunity to acknowledge my wife, Winella Francis, and say that you look amazing. Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to say this before we left, and I think every married man here can appreciate the fact that these words need to be said. All right. Throughout our lives, we are faced with countless situations where we need to make a decision. Whether it's deciding what to wear, what university to attend, or whom you choose to spend the rest of your life with. Decisions have consequences that affect our lives and how we perceive the world. Deciding to go to China to further my education was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Being the first person in my family to go to university, I felt very proud and at the same time burdened with the responsibility of continued success in my studies. Moreover, China was not the most popular destination for higher education at the time, due to the proximity to the US. However, I tend to seek new experiences, and China was that and much more. It also helped that my wife, my girlfriend at the time, had gone there a year before. I can remember my first day of classes. I always considered myself a very studious person. If you teach it, I will learn it. The Chinese language proved to be very difficult. The first day of class, our teacher came in, and she immediately started speaking in Chinese. On the first day, she came in, she said, 大家好，我现在要欢迎你们来中国，我是你们的老师。Day one. So, of course, I looked to my left, to my right, and the people to my left and my right were also looking to their left and their right because we didn't understand anything. But then, because of the diverse amount of students there, we also had some people from Korea, Vietnam, and neighboring countries as well. Surprisingly, these students responded. 老师好. And I was amazed, also upset, because it was day one, right? This was the day that we were supposed to begin, and I was already behind. So I decided to put my head down and do what I needed to do. But again, the Chinese language proved to be difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. What I learned was that just like in English, where everyone has their own unique way of speaking the language, Chinese, and in China, depending on location, they also have accents and particular ways of speaking. For example, they will teach us standard Chinese. One common expression is, what are you doing? So that would be 你干嘛 in Chinese, right? So I would go home and study. 你干嘛? Oh, cool, got it. And I go outside to talk to the local people. And I don't hear what I study, right? I studied in Wuhan, right? And they have a certain accent. So when I went outside, I heard 你干么事? Which is the equivalent to 你干嘛, right? Which is the standard. But I did not know that, right? So I found it very difficult to understand the people because they didn't speak standard Chinese like how they taught us in school. For example, in English, no one says, how are you doing today? I am very well, and so on. We have shortcuts and different accents, and so on. So for me, one of my favorite phrases, well, my go-to, was 对, 对. 对 in Chinese is equivalent to like right. Yes. Yeah, right. So if I did not understand what someone said, I would immediately go to my default, which is 对. So I went to the shop and I used my body language, of course. And the guy was speaking to me. And he asked me some questions. But his accent and the way that he was speaking prevented me from understanding. Because in my mind, Chinese was standard, but not so much. So he would ask me very simple questions, and I still could not understand. He would ask me, where are you from? In Chinese, that's 你从哪来的? But I didn't understand what he was saying. So I would just say, 对. And you think this look like, all right. Okay. And what are you doing in China? And I would look at him and I would say, good. He said, all right, let me try one more time. He said, so how old are you? Oh my God. Good. But after some time, experience, hard work, I slowly began to understand the language better, more. So much so that I completed my degree in psychology in Chinese. And I worked at a university teaching English for 8 or more years. Yeah. So I'm a returning Dominican, well, not voluntarily, but you know. When I told my family about my decision to go to China, my mom was not pleased. She had no one on that side of the world who could check in on me, or more importantly, report back to her. My dad was very encouraging, to say the least. From the moment I left home, I was resolved to see things through to the end. And that resolve was immediately tested when I arrived and I couldn't understand anything that was being said. The language, the buildings, architecture, gestures, lifestyle were all drastically different than what I was accustomed to, and honestly, pretty intimidating at first. My experience in China challenged the way I saw and understood life. It exposed me to knowledge and culture that I would come to love and respect. And most of all, it made me feel more connected to the world. I cannot say that all my experiences in China were positive, but I can say that every challenging situation forced me to grow, adapt, and strive for a better understanding of myself and others. Understanding each other is fundamental to forming strong relations, and the formation of the DCFA signifies a large step towards forming stronger and lasting relations between our countries. My time and experience in China have endowed me with the knowledge and experience to affect my country positively, and I'm sure that many of us here feel the same way. I only ask that we are offered the opportunity to put those skills and abilities to use for the betterment of our country and the Dominica-China bond. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Kivon. And also thank you for having all gentlemen here turn to their wives and tell them how good they look this evening. We could tell many stories about living in China, those of us who have blazed the trail. But what about the stories of Chinese people living in Dominica? Right now, we'll invite Miss Stella Zhang to tell us her story of her living in Dominica.
Your Excellency Charles Severin, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Severin. Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Skerritt. Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly. Your honorable members of Cabinet and Parliament. Your Excellency Lin Xinjiang, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Dominica. Your Excellency Steve Farrell, President DCFA. Members of Diplomatic Corps. Other prominent secretaries, Ms. Karen Prevost, Acting Secretary to the Cabinet. Monsignor Eustace Thomas, Father Thomas. Other speakers and contributors, and my dear colleagues from Chinese business community in Dominica, and the executive members of Chinese Association in Dominica, and other distinguished guests members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is a great honor to be offered the opportunity to speak at this function here tonight. As you may know, my name is Stella Zhang. I'm from a business by the name of Dragon Windows that manufactures windows, doors, shutters, and a variety of other construction materials. I actually see many faces of our customers here among the audience. Thank you. And this is a company that was founded by a Chinese businessman 20 years ago in Fengkoli industrial site. That is a factory that was 90% destroyed during Hurricane Maria in September 2017. And now, 5 years later, this factory has been relocated to a state-of-the-art new facility at Woodbridge Bay, opposite the port, operating with 50 staff, 90% local. And we just celebrated our 20-year anniversary in July. As one of the private businesses that was initiated by a Chinese investor and then built upon with hard work from our excellent local team over the 20 years, I would speak from my heart that we value a stable social and economic environment under the strong leadership of this administration. And we as a manufacturing business cherish the opportunity presented by the lead that Dominica is to be built back with resilience and quality. We think Dragon Windows products fit in nicely, as our customers would testify for us that the windows we have built for them survived the Category 5 hurricane. We also appreciate the steady diplomatic relations between the two countries that benefit the nation island with improvement of infrastructures such as the stadium, the Edward Oliver Liebler Highway, many schools around the island, and housing projects, and the newly completed Dominica-China Friendship Hospital. These are only some of the fruits of the strong diplomatic relations of the two countries. From business point of view, consumers of Dominica enjoy the variety of goods offered by many Chinese stores at affordable prices. In this summer, the Confucius Classroom at State College opened their doors to students for learning Chinese language and culture. So I personally look forward to being greeted by Ni Hao from more and more people on the road. Now with the launch of DCFA, Dominica-China Friendship Association, I believe it will build a platform for people-to-people relations, communications, and cooperations. We at the Chinese community welcome it and would offer all the support that we could give. By putting my thoughts together for this speech, many reflections of my work and life in Dominica came to my mind. What is the most unforgettable moment of all? Is it all the carnival jump-ups and t-shirt bands we participated and enjoyed? Plenty of them. As we were there every year, you saw our jumping ups in Bluebird t-shirt bands every year. Hopefully, we are going to do it again in 2023. Is it the long walk, mud cleaning, and river bathing after Maria? That was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. By the way, once is enough. We bathed in Jimmy River for about 3 months, together with our neighbors. Now refreshing on it, it feels fun and not bitter at all, because we were lucky to have all the rivers. And that's what we call resilience. Is it the good remarks from many of our customers when they appreciate our products and service? Quality is always our lifeline, and customer satisfaction is what we pursue. They used to say, "I'm by the Chinese," and now they more say, "Come check me, I'm at Dragon Windows," because the staff helping them are mostly local. Back to the question about the most unforgettable moments. My answer would be all of them, because they filled my life of past 17 years here in Dominica. And that makes me as much as a Dominican, just as I'm a Chinese. Or my answer to that question could be none, because the best is yet to come. With this, I end by giving my sincere congratulations to the Dominica-China Friendship Association and wish it all the success. I also wish the best to all Dominicans and the Chinese who work and live in Dominica. Please continue to enjoy the blessing of this beautiful nature island. I thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stella Zhang, for your remarks and your sharing your experience in Dominica. And thank you as well for your contribution towards our beautiful country. At this time, we're going to welcome the little ones from the Confucius class at the Dominica State College to sing a song entitled Little Star Team. Okay, I think their name was the Little Star Team. And their song was Twinkle Twinkle, right. Okay, at this time, I would like to welcome Miss Patricia Mills to do a song entitled Come Here. And in English, that means friend.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm happy to be here this evening. I'm going to sing a song that if you've studied in China, you should know, so you can help me, okay? And all the Chinese here, I know you know that song. It's a song about friendship. The children sang in English, so I think it's safe that I sing in Chinese. Okay? We're just roasting.
In China, Patsy was like our big sister. She was the first to go to China, first group. And when we got to China in the second group and every group after that, she would take care of us. In particular, when we missed home and we wanted some local cuisine, we would always call Patsy. Not only Patsy, but she was who I would call her. At this time, we want to invite His Excellency Ling Xianjiang, the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Commonwealth of Dominica. Thank you.
You're a great Chinese singer. I love this song, Pengyo, friends. We are friends, Friendship Association. And Your Excellency Charles Sovereign, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica and Mrs. Sovereign, and Honorable Roosevelt Scarrett, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica and Mrs. Scarrett, and Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly and Mrs. Isaac, and honorable members of Cabinet and Parliament, members of diplomatic corps, Your Excellency Steve Farrell, President of Dominica-China Friendship Association, and Ms. Karen Prevost, Acting Secretary to the Cabinet, and other permanent secretaries, other speakers and contributors, Monsignor Eustace Thomas, other distinguished guests, members of media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Let me start by quoting a Chinese poem. Hanging high overhead is a full moon, whose light people may share, though miles apart. Today is also a special day to celebrate Chinese traditional Mid-Autumn Festival according to Chinese lunar calendar. And today the moon is said to be the brightest and longest and also the biggest in a year. And in this moment, people in China will get together with their family and savor mooncakes. We'll also provide some mooncakes this evening. And basking in the moonlight and appreciating the alluring night view while extending best wishes for harmony, reunion, and peace. And it gives me great pleasure to celebrate the launching ceremony of the Dominica-China Friendship Association on such a meaningful occasion. And the launch of the association is a significant and joyful event in the history of our bilateral relations, representing the profound friendship of Dominica people towards Chinese people, and marking an important step forward in our civil society engagement. On behalf of the Embassy of the People's Republic of China, I wish to express my sincere congratulations on the launching event and my heartfelt thanks to His Excellency President Charles Sovereign and Mrs. Sovereign, and Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Scarrett and Mrs. Scarrett, and all other friends who have supported the development of bilateral relations. And I wish to express my special thanks to Ambassador Steve Farrell and the executive committee members who have been working tirelessly to make tonight's event possible. It is such a delight to have like-minded friends coming from afar, says Confucius, a famous Chinese philosopher and educator from 2,000 years ago, which is most suited to describe my feelings right now. And the Chinese nation is a peace-loving, open, and inclusive nation, always expanding its circle of friends globally. This enmity between the people holding the key to sound interstate relations, and always strengthening cultural exchanges with other civilizations in a way that not only appreciates its own cultural virtues, but those of others. Just as President Xi says, friendship between the people is the basic driving force for promoting world peace and development, and a basic precondition for achieving win-win cooperation. It has been almost 1 year since I came to Dominica, and I saw the tenacious and optimistic Dominican people build back your beautiful homeland from the ruins left by Hurricane Maria. And I met local people greeting me with ni hao and I witnessed Chinese and Dominican workers work hand in hand on the construction sites of Dominica-China Friendship Hospital and Agricultural Complex facility. And I heard touching stories of our Chinese medical team going above and beyond to save lives, or the agriculture experts devoting much of their lifetimes to this country. Some stay here for more than 17 years, as they develop an unshakable friendship with local people. And by connecting the dots of stories, I have come to the realization that strengthening people-to-people exchanges represent a common wish of both sides, and that the establishment of the Friendship Association is an inevitable outcome. And on April 22nd this year, the association was officially registered, which has received the full support and assistance from His Excellency President and Honorable Prime Minister and other friends. And the organization aims to promote bilateral understanding and goodwill and heighten cultural, commercial, and technological cooperation. As is specified in its constitution, just now Ambassador Steve Farrar also said that the association adheres to such basic principles as respect for each other's rights to sovereignty and self-determination, support for the One China policy, and recognition that Taiwan is part of China's territory, as well as the promotion of regional and world peace through the development of China-Dominica relations. And the association is bound to build a huge platform for and giving greater boost to the engagement between the two peoples. And the embassy stands ready to provide all necessary assistance and facilitation for the conduct of its work. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, though separated by the Atlantic Ocean and differing in cultural traditions, social customs, and lifestyles, over the past 18 years, our bilateral relations have maintained rapid and steady development. A mutual political trust has reached a historic high, and pragmatic cooperation has yielded fruitful results, thereby fostering a brotherhood exemplary of mutual respect and win-win cooperation. China commends Dominica for its unwavering adherence to One China principle and unyielding support to China's peaceful reunification efforts. And time again, Dominica has been outspoken in support of China's legitimate core interest and concern for the sake of international justice. And since the beginning of this year, new headway has been made in our bilateral cooperation. The Dominica-China Friendship Hospital has been put into use and will be handed over very soon. We are negotiating the handover day, the ceremony. And complemented by the MRI and HIFU machines, the cardiology department opened with the help of the Chinese medical team, as well as 2 brand new ambulance cars and an echocardiogram with a budget of $1 million soon to be donated by China. The hospital will become the most sophisticated and modernized one in the Caribbean region. And the agricultural complex facility will aid in Dominica's quest for agricultural modernization. The Chinese experts for the post-Hurricane 6 Schools project came to Dominica despite the impact of the pandemic. And disaster management and vehicles, police vehicles cooperation are also underway. And donation of sports equipment are very welcome by local people. And more Dominican friends have visited, study in, or do business with China. Just now 2 students have shared their experience in China. And consolidating people-to-people bond. A mutual visa exemption agreement has officially taken effect, and it will facilitate greater personnel exchange. With an increasing number of Dominican people interested in learning Chinese, the Confucius classroom was opened at State College in May. Jining of Shandong Province, the home city of Confucius, reached out to Lozo in pursuit of sister city relationship that would enhance personnel, cultural exchange, and pragmatic cooperation. And today, the launching of the association is another milestone and a new chapter in our bilateral ties. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to take this opportunity to share with you China's economic development. And since the beginning of this year, downward pressure on China's economy rises amid the Ukraine crisis. A new surge of COVID cases, as well as global economic slowdown, the Chinese government strengthened macro control with policy packages in place in order to simultaneously control the pandemic, stabilize the economy, and secure the development. As a result, key economic indicators slowed their downward trend in May and show a rapid rebound in June, and leading to a positive growth in the second quarter. And in the first half of this year, China's GDP reached $8.68 trillion, up by 2.5%, and a total of 6.54 million new urban jobs were created. The import and export volume reached $2.94 trillion, an increase by 9.4%. The recovery in such a short span of time points to the resilience and potential of China's economy, indicating that China's healthy growth momentum remains unchanged. And China will continue to press ahead with reform and opening up while deepening bilateral and multilateral cooperation so as to promote steady and sustainable economic development. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a Chinese saying, friendship based on money or power lasts as money or power exists. Only by heart can friendship last forever. China and Dominica indeed are true friends by heart, with commitment and sincerity, whether in good times or in bad times, growing the tree of friendship that will be deeply rooted in the two people's hearts. It is also warming to receive a sympathy letter from Honorable Prime Minister a few days ago, immediately after the earthquake, 6.8 magnitude earthquake struck China's Sichuan province, and pledging to assist in any way possible, showcasing the mutually supportive friendship between us. And therefore, I see myself not just as Chinese ambassador to Dominica, but envoy of China-Dominica goodwill, and wish to be true friends with all of you and all Dominican people. Whether Chinese economy is doing well or poorly, whether in good times or in bad times, I will, in my capacity, do my utmost efforts to help with Dominica's economic and social development and promote the well-being of Dominican people, which is also an embodiment of the community with a shared future for mankind. And finally, I wish Dominica-China Friendship Association to grow stronger as it opens a new chapter in China-Dominica relations. Happy Mid-Autumn Festival to all friends present here this evening. Thank you all. And now I would like to take this opportunity to read the message addressed to Ambassador Steve Farrell from Ambassador Lin Songtian, President of the Chinese People's Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries, which is ready to work with you, with Dominica-China Friendship Association to enhance our bilateral friendship and cooperation. Dear President Steve Farrell, on behalf of the Chinese People's Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries, I would like to extend warm congratulations on the establishment of the Dominica-China Friendship Association. Despite the long distance between Dominica and China, the two countries, based on mutual respect, equality, and mutual benefits, are good friends, good partners, and good brothers. Since the establishment of diplomatic ties 18 years ago, the bilateral relations between Dominica and China have made great progress. The two sides have shown mutual understanding and support on issues concerning each other's core interests and major concerns, and achieved positive results in mutually beneficial cooperation in areas such as infrastructure construction, agriculture, medical care, and education. People-to-people friendship between the two countries has also been growing. In the face of the sudden outbreak of COVID-19, Dominica and China have joined hands in fighting the epidemic. In the spirit of solidarity and mutual assistance, leaders of the two countries have maintained communication through letters and phone calls. expressed firm support to each other, consolidated our friendship, and strengthened each other's confidence in overcoming the pandemic. China always pays high attention to friendly relations and cooperation with the Commonwealth of Dominica, as well as all other Caribbean countries. Enmity between the peoples holds the key to state-to-state relations. People-to-people exchanges serve as an important foundation for bilateral relations, as well as a crucial path for maintaining and developing. The Dominica-China Friendship Association sets up a bridge of people-to-people communication. It will further promote friendly exchanges between the two peoples and enhance friendly communication and mutually beneficial cooperation in various fields. The Chinese People's Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries, founded in 1954, is a national people's organization of the People's Republic of China engaging people-to-people diplomacy. It carries out all-round, multi-level and wide-ranging people-to-people friendship work between China and the rest of the world. We have established friendly and cooperative relations with 413 non-governmental organizations in 157 countries. We are happy to see that, as of today, we have one more fraternal organization in Dominica. The Chinese People's Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries is ready to work with the Dominica-China Friendship Association to strengthen friendship and eliminate distraction through further cooperation under the Belt and Road Initiative between the countries. We could work together to carry out more friendly exchanges and mutually beneficial cooperation in fields including culture, education, youth think tanks, science and technology innovation, so as to bring more benefits to our people as begun. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. At this time, we would like to welcome the Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, to give the feature address.
I first wish to apologize to the Excellencies that I took the wrong version of my speech. I happen to have left the one written in Chinese. I wish to recognize our President, His Excellency Charles Savre and Mr. Savre. Honorable Minister Skerritt, my wife and parliamentary representative for the Royal Central constituency. Sometimes they leave out that part of it. I also want to recognize Honorable Dr. Kenneth Darrow, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, other members of Cabinet and Parliament. My apologies, Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House Assembly, and Mrs. Isaac. The Excellency Liam, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Dominica, the Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, the Excellency Steve Farrell, President of the Dominica-China Friendship Association, Ms. Corinne People, Acting Secretary to the Cabinet, other permanent secretaries, Ms. Miriam Blanchard, former Minister of Government, and also Ambassador Ambrose George, former Minister of Government, Ms. Erwin Roy, Mayor of the City of Rosa, and Senior Father Eustace Thomas, who prayed always so diligently on our behalf. Distinguished members of the Chinese community, other distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, friends all, I want to say a very hearty good evening to all of you. I want to also thank the association for inviting me to share in this wonderful occasion as you officially launch the Dominica-China Friendship Association. First, let me offer my sincere congratulations to you on this initiative. The establishment of the Dominica-China Friendship Association is a most progressive move towards the deepening of already strong ties between the government and people of Dominica and the People's Republic of China. I am privileged to be part of your inaugural activity as you formalize your organization. It is my hope that it will serve as a base from which you can help foster even closer bilateral relations between our two countries. I wish also to extend my warmest regards to the Ambassador of the People's Republic of China, His Excellency Lin. It is a pleasure, once again, to share an occasion with you, which signifies the closeness of our friendship with China and serves as an expression of our respect and high regard for your country and people. Thank you for your quick embrace of the Dominican people and our country. Since your arrival here last year, you have shown a deep interest in our people, and we look forward to building stronger relations during your tenure here in Dominica. The launch of the Dominica-China Friendship Association comes at a time of great economic and social uncertainty worldwide, which makes a strong case for building dependable relationships with our diplomatic partners around the world. In our global environment, characterized by conflict, economic and social unrest, disease and climate crises, there is a need for even more effective engagement and exchanges among countries. Through communication, people-to-people connections, and bilateral engagement between governments, we can create new opportunities for our people to help them transcend the challenges of the times. As we have seen from over 18 years of friendship, both our peoples stand to gain much from the collaboration between Dominica and China. When I took the bold decision to establish formal ties with China in 2004, I did so with the interest and well-being of Dominican people as my foremost concern, and the respect of international law, that there is but one China. Years later, we have had ample evidence that this was a sound decision which has enhanced the lives of the Dominican people and contributed to our country's advancement in several development sectors. We have certainly seen China's hand in the advancement of Dominica's education sector and the development of our human resources. Even tonight, I see many of you here who have benefited from a competitive education in China and are now building solid careers and lives here in Dominica. At least 7 of you who form part of the executive committee received your professional training in China. You can speak with authority of the importance of the opportunities created for Dominicans like you to access higher education. China's footprint is bold in the areas of healthcare, agriculture, and sports. I must also mention China's valuable support in the aftermath of 2 devastating disaster events in the past 7 years, Tropical Storm Erika and Hurricane Maria, followed by a global pandemic. China has assisted in the rehabilitation of infrastructure and provided quantities of life-saving vaccines, test kits, and health equipment to assist in the management of COVID-19. Please allow me, ladies and gentlemen, friends all, on this occasion to reiterate the appreciation of the government of Dominica and its people for the deep interest which China has shown in the economic and social affairs of Dominica. Notwithstanding our status as a small island developing state, Dominica continues to enjoy a thriving, mutually beneficial relationship with China based on trust, respect, and understanding. We value this association which was built on the principles of mutual respect for each other's sovereignty, equality, mutual benefit, and peaceful coexistence. Whereas Dominica has recognized and holds firm to the policy that there is but one China in the world, China has been a steadfast champion of our efforts to develop our national economy and secure the well-being of our people. The government of Dominica, therefore, welcomes the formation of the Dominica-China Friendship Association, which has as its objectives the strengthening of friendship, cooperation, and collaboration between China and Dominica. These are, of course, directly in line with our policy as a government, and we pledge support to your initiatives, as you embark on your program of activities. Through your activities, you can assist in building trust, understanding, and mutually beneficial relationships. There is much potential to explore similar interests in the areas of education, culture, heritage, sports, arts, technology, and science. It is my hope that you will focus your initiatives on the development of people and their livelihoods. Do not make this association, which boasts only the strength and prestige of its name. Be purposeful, put your brilliant minds to work, and be resourceful in the creation of mutual opportunity and exchanges for both our peoples. I also want to highlight the word friendship in this organization. Friendship means that you stand with your friends, especially in difficult times, especially when they're being attacked, as we always see China being attacked in the international community. I would like to hear that the Dominica-China Friendship Association issuing statements in solidarity with the government and people of the People's Republic of China when it's attacking the international community unwarrantably. So I challenge you that you should focus heavily on the word friendship in the Dominica-China Friendship Association. Once again, I congratulate you on the inauguration of the Dominica-China Friendship Association and wish you the very best. I look forward to the positive work you will do in the interest of the Dominican and Chinese people. May God bless your efforts. May God bless our two nations. May God bless all of us. I thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. And it was in 2004 that the bold step was taken to recognize international policy, the One China policy. And having benefited from this bold step, I say thank you once again to you, Prime Minister. Before we partake in the festivities of cocktails, it is left for us to say thank you. And we once again invite Patricia Mills, to give us the vote of thanks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. They say when it's nice, you do it twice, so here am I again. Your Excellency, Charles Savre, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, Mrs. Savre, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Honorable Mrs. Skerrit, Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau Central Constituency, Honorable Joseph Isaac, Speaker of the House of Assembly, and Mrs. Isaac, Honorable Members of Cabinet and Parliament, Your Excellency, Lin Xianjiang, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Dominica, Your Excellency, Steve Farrell, President, DCFA, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Ms. Karen Prevost, Acting Secretary to the Cabinet, other permanent secretaries, other speakers and contributors, Monsignor Eustace Thomas, other distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Dajia Wan Shanghao, Wada Jungwa Pangyo, Jongchoje Kwailo. It is my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this special occasion. To be honest with you, I feel like the child of the relationship between Dominica and China. This year represents 18 years, so right now I'm graduating into adulthood from going to China. I remember in 2004 when I left Dominica to go to China to study. I, on behalf of the Dominica-China Friendship Association Executive Committee and its members, offer hearty thanks to all of you. First of all, I am thankful to the Almighty for giving us the courage to start this journey. I hope He will help us fulfill our goals. This association has been a thought for many years, but tonight it has become a reality. I am extremely grateful for the work that so many of you put into making it a truly special and memorable occasion. This is an amazing association, and I could not have imagined a more perfect celebration. To everyone who planned, organized, catered, served, spoke, performed, and showed up. May God help us and give us more power and courage to move on the road to success. I would like to first thank the Prime Minister, the President of the Commonwealth, the President for being here with us this evening. I would like to thank the President for being with us this evening, for taking time out of his busy schedule to be here with us. I would also like to thank the Prime Minister and his wife for being here. And Honorable Prime Minister, your speech was very impactful, and we will listen to the advice and the guidance that you have given to us, and we will follow it with the association. I would like to thank His Excellency Lin Xianjiang, Ambassador for the People's Republic of China. We also listened to your speech, and would like to let you know that we support the One China policy, and we look forward to working with the people of China, and we hope that the people of Dominica and China can foster a deeper relationship through this association. I would also like to thank Ambassador Lin Songjiang, the President of the Chinese People Association for Friendship and Foreign Countries, for his message, and we will be looking to work with him more closely for any plans we will have with the association. I thank Monsignor Eustace Thomas for his presence and his prayer with us this evening. We pray that God blesses this association. I offer thanks to Mr. Steve Farrell, Ambassador and President of DCFA. He worked really hard in putting this together, and we want to thank him for it. And we look forward to working with you in the distant future so we can make something out of this association. It will not just be another association, but it will be an association of purpose. I thank everybody who spoke this evening. Mr. Kevin, thanks for representing the students here. Ms. Stella Zhang, thanks for representing the Chinese community here. And thanks for the chairpersons who did a very good job this evening. I hope this association will bring a positive change in our society and to help us develop a stronger relationship between the people of Dominica and the people of China. I am certain that this association will make success by leaps and bounds. I want to thank all the people who have put in their efforts. It would never be possible without your help. Your dedication and your hard work has bore fruit today. I hope that we will continue to work with the same passion. I am also thankful to the staff of the State House for their efforts in arranging this function. All the speakers who spoke here tonight, all of you who are here tonight, we thank you for being at this luncheon event. This is the first of many to come. We will try our best to work according to your expectations. Thanks a lot for appreciating us. I will end my speech here. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening and the snacks and the cocktails that will be prepared for you. Once again, thanks for coming.
It is left for me to thank Ms. Patsy Mills for her vote of thanks, Also wish to thank the Government Information Service, the staff here, and Emonews for live streaming this event. We have come to the end of the official part of this launching ceremony. It is now time to be merry, drink, and meet and greet each other. We invite you to all stand as we allow for His Excellency the President to make his way as well as the other dignitaries who are here this evening. We thank you all for coming tonight, and let us greet each other and in the name of friendship as we launch this Dominica-China Friendship Association. Thank you all for coming. Let us have a good evening going forward. Thank you.
And we would like to thank our Emonews viewers for tuning in to the official launching ceremony of the Dominica-China Friendship Association. We do hope that this association yields a fruitful future for all involved, and we do hope that our viewers enjoy the live streaming and broadcast of this ceremony brought to you by Emonews. We do hope that you have a blessed day, continue to enjoy your evening, and have a blessed weekend. This is Emonews signing out.